All right. I want to talk about a couple different things today. First one being plateauing. Plateauing is something that I think everybody goes through at some point in their martial arts career. Actually, probably goes through several times. And what I mean by that is when you feel like you're just not getting any better. You feel like you ran into a brick wall where you've learned as much as you can, and now the people that you used to beat up in sparring are starting to beat you up, and so on and so forth. Where you feel like you're just leveled out. And in some cases, I felt like I was getting worse at some. I really did. I felt like there were times in my martial arts career where I felt like I was regressing, and some people may have felt that as well. I don't know, but I know plateauing is extremely common in martial arts. It's extremely common in all sports and life in general. The other thing I want to talk about is at some point in your martial arts career, if you do it long enough, it's going to hit you that you really don't know everything that you think you know. In the beginning, and I was guilty of this too, in the beginning, first few years, first 5 years maybe, I felt like I was God's gift to martial arts. I didn't act like that. I didn't talk like that. But in my head, I was like, man, I'm good at this. I've won a bunch of tournaments. I've done this. I've done that. I really thought I knew what I was doing. And this hit me on a few occasions where I was like, maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. One of them that stuck out the most was I've done Hapkido for now for over 30 years, but at the time I'd been doing Hapkido for maybe 20 years, 22 years, and I had a chance to go to Korea and meet Grandmaster Han-Soo Lim. Grandmaster Han-Soo Lim is one of only 3 ninth dans given out by the founder of Hapkido, Cheo So. And he's only 2 that are still teaching to this day. He's in Daegu, South Korea, and I had a chance to go visit him on a couple of occasions and stay there and train for a couple of weeks. I remember the first time I went there, within the first 30 minutes of class, I realized I wasn't even sure I knew what Hapkido was anymore. His technical level was so far superior to anyone I'd ever trained with that I felt like I was starting all over again. And in essence, I was. I mean, it was a whole new system, whole new curriculum, whole new way of doing things. But man, it was so much better. And you may be under one of those kind of guys, one of those masters or instructors or senseis or sifus that is just on a level that you don't feel like you'll ever get to. Musashi said the way is in training. So don't stop training. If one human being has been able to accomplish it, then the next one can. So if you want to be like your instructors, or you want to be, if you're in Filipino martial arts, you want to be the next Dan Inosanto, or so on and so forth. I can come up with the main examples. You have to put your mind to it. You have to set a goal, and you don't stop training ever. There's never a time in which you say, you know what, I'm gonna take a couple years off. I'm gonna relax. Maybe I'll get back into it. Because every time you do that, you essentially are setting yourself back. So if you ever run into the brick wall and you just plateau and you feel like you're not getting any better, man, push and push and push until you break through that wall. If you get to a point in your career where you feel like you've trained for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and all of a sudden it hits you, man, I'm not as good as I thought I was. I'm not, you run into that one guy that's just like, oh my God, he's the best in your art that you've ever seen. And you feel like, I put all these years in for what? Don't stop training. The only way you're going to achieve your goals, the only way you're going to be like that master that you respect so much is to put in the work that he put in. The guys that we look at, man, you look at, I used Dan Asano a second ago, so I'll use him again. You look at somebody like that, I mean, the guy has spent an entire life getting to where he's at now. So you're going to have to do the same. If you want to be on that level, then that's what it takes. And most of us, I'm assuming that sit around on YouTube watching martial art videos, we've dedicated our life to martial arts. And so that's what it takes. You may be 75 years old before you finally realize, you know what? I think I might be as good as he is. Or you may never realize that. Because the reality of it is, if you ever think for a second that you know it all, you've completely lost focus of the reason you train. You've lost track of why you started. I never want to feel like I know it all in any art, because once you feel like you know it all, then where is there to go? And the flip side of that is you really don't. So if you ever get that mindset to where you feel like you're just above and beyond anybody, maybe you should take up basketball, because this isn't for you. Anyway, pretty much all I have to say. It's funny because when I started this video, I had a lot to say. I thought I did. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys will like the channel, or like the video. Subscribe to the channel. And I'm gonna try to make some more of these videos. I got a couple more ideas. If you have anything you want me to talk about, I'd be more than happy to. You know, I've been going around looking at some of these different channels and these guys that make these blogs, and holy crap, they're making a blog almost every day. It takes me a month to figure out something else to say. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas, man, let me know. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I guess I'll see you on the next one.